This is a WKRG News 5 special. Sally, the road to recovery.
Welcome back this afternoon. I'm joined by Debbie Williams, who knows Baldwin County like the back of her hand, no doubt about it. And you've been doing some extraordinary reporting here the last couple of days. Today we're focusing mainly on the boats. I mean, we've been seeing so many boats that have been beached as a result of this, and we've seen some amazing aerials last couple of days.
Well, you know, you guys were, the meteorologists at Channel 5 were talking about early on that this was going to be a water event, and this is some of the result of the water. We have not seen a storm like this. I was telling you, this is like Ivan and Danny's twisted sister, right. Hurricane Sally, and she has left a mark on this community unlike anything anybody has ever seen before. Even the longtime residents like Margaret Long. Take a look at this.
The calm waters of Cotton Bayou have returned after the fury of Hurricane Sally. Destruction everywhere you look, most of it hard to believe. And then you get to Margaret Long's house.
I don't think anybody thought that it was gonna do this.
Almost a dozen fishing vessels now litter her property.
If we'd have stayed here, I would have had a heart attack.
It was her neighbor, who is also her son, that warned her.
Brooke said, "Mom, you and Buddy got to get out of here."
That was before the fleet of boats found her house.
You've been through every storm.
Every named storm, starting in 1950 with Baker, and nothing like this.
Really?
Nothing. So this is worse than Ivan.
These boats were tied up, and they're still tied up. They're just in Margaret Long's yard now.
Boat captain with this one, or the owner with this one, he and his wife were on it when it broke loose.
Her house lost a deck and a greenhouse, but is livable, and she thinks she knows why.
I guess because the good Lord wanted it to be. And he said, and I feel like that now. He blessed us.
And even after all the storms and all that follows, Long says it's still worth it.
I'm not leaving Orange Beach, Debbie. Never. Never.
And I don't think she will ever leave Orange Beach, and even after this. Now, she said she will never stay for another storm, that's for sure. Now, they left about 10:30 Tuesday night. They went over to Luna's on Orange Beach. There and all of her neighbors, they all hunkered down in the big room there at Luna's, and when they came back, that's what they found. So and a lot of people found similar situations in their yards.
Just imagine just the first sight you see when you walk up and see all that, just madness in your property. Incredible there. Great reporting, Debbie, as always. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Let's go ahead and send it back over to Pete and Roseanne.
All right, thanks, guys. We want to talk a little bit about the situation in Northwest Florida. Of course, the beaches there, as popular as our beaches here in Alabama, and a lot of people outside of the area really are interested in these storms and in the damage because these are their vacation places and where they have so many fond memories, and they really want to know what's going on down here at the beach in Montgomery, in Birmingham, and Atlanta, throughout the Southeast.
Absolutely. Certainly our neighborhoods and bridges, as in Northwest Florida, the 3-mile bridge has been affected, but also popular restaurants, and folks want to see that. And Mia Salzano's got an up-close look at the devastation affecting restaurants in Destin, Florida. Let's go to her now.
Several structures here in Destin took damage from Hurricane Sally over the past couple of days, including Bayside restaurant Dewey Destin's and its surrounding properties. As you can see here, the rising water levels from the storm have beaten up the docks pretty badly, in some cases completely disconnecting them. Property owners say the damages from Sally were made all the worse because of its unexpected turn of events and the lack of time they had to prepare, comparing the damages to those of Hurricane Ivan in 2004. You can see over here in the neighboring property, what is usually an asphalt parking lot looks like the shore of a beach because of the continuing flooding. Business owners say they should be back up and running by the middle of next week. In Destin, I'm Mia Salzano, WKRG News 5.
Okay, so that's the situation in Destin. Now we're going to check out the latest from Fort Walton Beach.
Let's go to Erica Ortstadt.
I'm at Liza Jackson Park in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, and just a couple days ago, this entire area was completely submerged in floodwater. And as you can see, a lot of that water has receded, but it's left behind a lot of debris, and that's the case all over this area. Residents here are starting the cleanup process, and I've seen a lot of debris piles throughout the city as they do that. Some things may take a little longer to fix, though. We've seen some structural damage to homes and other buildings, knocked down trees and power lines as well. But the power seems to have been restored to a lot of homes in this area of Okaloosa County. Over on Okaloosa Island, it's a similar picture. Floodwaters have receded a bit, leaving behind debris, and heavy wind gusts seem to have knocked down a lot of fences over there as well. But talking with residents in this area, they say they feel lucky to only have had this much damage from Hurricane Sally, as areas to the west seem to have been hit much harder. In Fort Walton Beach, I'm Erica Orstad, WKRG News 5.
Okay, so now we're up to date on the situation in Destin and in Fort Walton Beach. A lot of it looks similar to what we're seeing here in South Baldwin County.
Yes, and you and I were talking about favorite places vacationers and locals love to go to. Can you say Flora-Bama? Yeah. Joining us now is Jennifer Parnell, and you are the marketing director for the Flora-Bama. Thank you so much for being with us. We all want to know, is the Flora-Bama okay?
She's going to be okay.
Okay.
It was definitely a lot of damage. We call it the north side of the road, but the Flora-Bama Yacht Club, Old River Grill, the marina, they got hit really, really hard. So they were kind of underwater, and it's been a big cleanup for them. But the main Flora-Bama is good. We lost our little tent area, but it's been nice to see all the employees, and we have a church at Flora-Bama. So we've had all these people come out to help clean up, so she's going to be okay.
And
Okay.
more of a water event than a wind event there?
Definitely. I mean, we've got the water on both sides, and we saw way more water damage than wind damage.
And you guys have been through this before. Can you compare it to other storms as far as the damage?
Yeah, I've had a lot of people ask about Ivan and how
Yeah.
it compared to that. And when you look at the pictures from Ivan, I was looking at them today, they were definitely worse, much, much worse. So I think that hopefully if we can get the power back, that we'll be open within hopefully a couple days.
Oh, all right.
All right, well, it's been an interesting 2020. How have you as a business worked through the pandemic? And then it looked like, we might not have our tourist summer. Then we had a great tourism summer. It's been such a weird year.
It's been very weird, but the Flora-Bama has been able to adapt. I mean, we transitioned to be a restaurant at one point, and, you get creative because you have to, and we've done pretty well, and we've been able to retain employees, and that's been a good thing for us. And so, we'll just take it day by day and see what happens.
And you still have some events that you're planning on.
Yes. So we were going to have Alabama Coastal Cleanup this weekend, but due to the hurricane, it will be postponed to the 26th of September. So kind of a good time, really, to come clean up the beach after a hurricane, so that'll be good. And Frank Brown Songwriters Festival is still happening in November. It'll just be shortened, the 11th through the 15th.
Okay, so as far as cleanup, you guys are pretty close to getting things ready, you think? You just need the power back on, and I know your employees are ready to make those bushwhackers?
Yes! Yes! We could all have a taste test when the power gets ready.
We're wondering if you brought anything with you over.
If I had the power, I would have done it.
Okay, all right. Well, we thank you so much. The Flora-Bama is certainly a favorite for so many of us. Thank you so much for joining us, and I'm glad to hear that she's going to be okay.
She's going to be okay. Flora-Bama strong.
All right.
All right, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with more Sally Road to Recovery here on WKRG News 5.
This is a WKRG News 5 special. Sally, the Road to Recovery.
And then when I stop, throw it to you. Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And just say our special, yeah, whatever. Okay, bye. Hello.
This is a WKRG News 5 special. Sally, the road to recovery.
We want to update you now on the school situation. As if this school year has not been strange enough with coronavirus, now throw in a hurricane. Many local schools are without power and they can't open the doors without it.
Okay, so let's start in Baldwin County with schools there. Superintendent Eddie Tyler says power is out at the schools and they will make a decision after church on Sunday as to what's next. So you need to stay tuned for that, again, if you live in Baldwin County.
All right, looking at Mobile County, they haven't made a decision about Monday yet either. They will decide on Sunday whether remote learning will continue on Monday. They say many schools don't have power, many homes don't either. So again, stay tuned for that on Monday. Now, as for returning to in-person learning for special needs students, that was supposed to start on Monday, but a decision on that will be announced on Sunday as well.
Okay, back to Baldwin County. Gulf Shores City Schools will return at the earliest. It will be Wednesday, but officials tell us they need 2 full days to inspect all of the schools once the power is back on. So if power returns over the weekend, let's say, they will open Gulf Shores schools on Wednesday. It is all contingent on power and what shape the schools are in as well. So we will also keep you updated with Gulf Shores schools.
And we just got an update from the Catholic schools in the Archdiocese of Mobile. At this point, all Catholic schools will be open on Monday.
Keep it right here. We'll be right back after this.
This is a WKRG News 5 special. Sally, the road to recovery. This is a WKRG News 5 special. Sally, the road to recovery.
And welcome back to our special on this Friday. I'm joined again by Debbie Williams, and we actually got a little bit of news here about a new ice distribution location.
Yeah, Baldwin EMC just sent this out to me that tomorrow, September 19th, Baldwin EMC will be distributing ice at Bay Minette Middle School, Central Baldwin Middle School, and Foley Middle School. That will start at 11:30. There are a lot of folks that are stepping up, just like Baldwin EMC is. Winn-Dixie and Rouse's were two of them that had water and ice distribution earlier today. I'm sure they'll be doing that again tomorrow or as long as they can.
Yeah, we saw a lot of that. We also saw some amazing video regarding some fires that unfortunately took place here in Baldwin County. We're looking at video of some of that, and there were multiple fires that took place in this county.
Yeah, and it was early on. There was one fire here in Orange Beach that happened before the storm hit, and then unfortunately there was another one that did devastate, and that's the video that you're seeing now over in Jubilee Point Road. The firefighters couldn't get to it because of the floodwaters, and they're lugging those heavy water hoses, trying everything that they can do to get out there. And if you look closely, you can see them in the water. It's almost up to their waist, certainly way above their knees, and they've all got the turnout gear on and all. So, you know, it's very frustrating and heart-wrenching for them, too, because they can't. They were there to help, and they can't get there.
Yeah, we're seeing the firefighters now. They're just chugging that, just dragging that hose through those waters to try to reach this fire. That was some amazing video I saw, and saw a lot of folks respond to this on social media, saying hats off to those firefighters working into these extreme conditions to try to put that out. We did notice a lot of folks trying some smoke plumes as we were moving through. A lot of folks trying to, looks like, burn maybe their yard debris, but officials are asking folks not to do that right now.
Absolutely. I've had several volunteer fire chiefs from around the county that have called and said, please, please do not burn. If you do and it gets out of control, there's a good chance we won't be able to get to you to help because of downed trees, downed power lines. Early on it was floodwaters. The floodwaters seem to be receding now, so that's not the issue, but there's still, and there's even throughout the county some roads that have completely washed out. You don't know where those are. So don't burn, and just FYI, there's a burn ban anyway. Hurricane or no hurricane, there's a burn ban till November 1st each year from May to November from ADEM, so you can't burn anyway and be on the right side of the law.
I know a lot of folks kind of want to get back to normal as soon as they can. It's going to be a long process, and you have to be smart when you're out there, or even just cleaning up your own debris or helping out a neighbor. But also keep in mind, those power crews are out there working. Make sure you stay out of their way. And if you don't have to be on the roads, do not be on the roads. We've had curfews here the last couple of evenings, and so again, just make sure you're staying smart here as we are continuing this slow and steady, what will likely be a months-long road to recovery.
Absolutely. 7 to 6 on the curfew tonight, countywide, and we do want to make one more mention, another safety issue. There are a lot of generators out there that are humming through the night, and with so many people without power. Fire departments are also getting hundreds of calls. Well, I say hundreds, a lot, numerous, a lot. Numerous calls for carbon monoxide calls. Yeah. Some close calls as well.
Make sure those generators are outside, well ventilated. You do not want to put yourself in that position as you are trying to, again, hold power in your home. We understand you want that, but you need to make sure you are safe about it. We've got a lot more ahead coming up on this special, Sally, the road to recovery. We'll be right back.
This is a WKRG News 5 special. Sally, the road to recovery.
We're talking about the road to recovery from Hurricane Sally. I do want to make mention about the river flooding that's been an ongoing issue. Thankfully, most of our rivers have crested in the last 24 to 48 hours. Most of the rivers have been cresting today in northwest Florida, especially the Shoal River. Also, I want to mention Murder Creek up in Escambia County, Alabama, near Bruton. That has been running exceptionally high. We do anticipate that that will likely remain in moderate flood stage, likely through the upcoming weekend. That one will be a little bit slower to recede, but we should finally see these rivers begin to slowly come down as we move through the upcoming weekend. There are some small rain chances, but it's overall going to be very, very light. Sally's track was very unusual. Of course, we've mentioned that the storm was converginated in Florida as a very weak disturbance, and all of a sudden it just ramped up into the Gulf of Mexico, and especially as it approached our Gulf Coast, beginning that slow turn to the north and eventually north and east. Again, it was that slow movement which really made forecasting this system exceptionally difficult, and of course caused all the major rain issues. Again, Orange Beach, where we're located tonight, picking up 30 inches of rain, and there was a widespread 15 to 20 inches elsewhere. Speaking of weather, I do want to talk a little bit more about what's happening right now, because we're done with Sally, obviously, but the tropics are still incredibly active. Let's take a look at weather graphics, and I want to show you the tropical satellite. We have a tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico. This is Tropical Storm Beta. We actually had Wilfred and Alpha formed today in the Atlantic, so now we're on to Beta, the second letter of the Greek alphabet. Maximum winds of 40 miles per hour. Let's show you the forecast track of Beta. It'll be slowly moving north and east, and then this weekend taking a turn to the west, approaching the Texas Gulf Coast, then making a right turn, likely moving up the Texas coast. Again, a lot of uncertainty long term. The steering currents are very weak in the Gulf at this point, so although no imminent threat to our part of the Gulf Coast, it is something I think we're going to need to long term just watch, just to keep an eye on that system. Looking live from our Gulf Quest Museum camera, mostly cloudy skies, switching over to the Wind Creek Casino and Hotel camera in Atmore. Also overcast skies today. A lot of high clouds have been streaming in throughout the day. Finally, we'll go over to Fort Walton Beach. Again, calmer seas as the seas have been running around 1 to 2 feet for today. Current spread of temperatures as the cloud cover has moved overhead. It's helped to keep things at a reasonable level. We're also getting a breeze. Temperatures in the upper 70s and even low 80s out there now. And we are expecting some cooler overnights after this front moves through. Live look at the radar now, and again, it's still fairly quiet. You may see some isolated patchy drizzle out there, and you may see a few showers as we move into the weekend. Again, you look big picture, a lot of clouds streaming in from the south and west off of what is now Tropical Storm Beta. Now, as we'll move through the weekend, let's take you to the forecast model, and we progress forward. Overnight, mostly cloudy skies, good steady breeze coming out of the north. We're actually feeling it out here this afternoon, and expect as we move into your Saturday, the atmosphere is going to moisten up a bit. So I think a few more showers will be possible, and then we start heading into your Sunday. The rain chances will be small, right around 20%, just a couple of showers at best, but expect more clouds than sun through the weekend. And the good news, though, that'll help keep temperatures down a bit. Overnight lows tonight will fall back into the 60s, and when you see tomorrow's forecast, there is a 30% chance that you'll need to break out your Green and Phillips umbrella. High temperatures tomorrow, almost 5 to 10 degrees below average in the upper 70s for most of us. Again, that'll feel nice as you're out there continuing your cleanup process. And then we'll look at the forecast long term. We keep it fairly cloudy even through early next week. We'll keep in a small rain chance, and then we'll keep those temperatures still below average, right around 80 degrees. Lows may dip into the upper 50s and low 60s for some. Then we move later in the week, a little bit of uncertainty. We may see some extra moisture slide in as we eventually will be looking at what happens with Beta long term. So improving weather conditions, good news for the folks who are out there cleaning up around the Gulf Coast this weekend. Guys?
All right.
All right. Thanks a lot, Ed. You know, Roseanne, after these storms, things end up where they're not supposed to be. And we've seen hundreds of boats down here in the Orange Beach area on dry land, or certainly not where they were before the storm here.
That's right. Apparently there is a boat, a large boat, that belonged in Tampa, and it surfaced in Panama City. For more on that, let's go to Faith Graham.
I'm Faith Graham in Panama City Beach, Florida, and take a look at this boat behind me. It has been quite the attraction all day long. People have been walking up and down the beach, taking photos, taking videos, and asking each other, how did this get here? Now, I spoke with the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission earlier today, and they tell me that this boat is actually all the way from Tampa.
The owners of the sailboat were sailing in the Gulf when Hurricane Sally became too strong for their vessel. They had to be rescued, and luckily everyone made it to safety. A short while after, the sailboat crashed onto shore, anchor and all, parking itself right here on the beach. I spoke with the homeowner in the area who watched the whole thing go down, and here's what he had to say.
It first hit right about here and just slid over and stopped. So I went out to look around. There's nobody on the boat. The boat's abandoned. So it's like the wreck of the Hesperus.
Strickland tells me this is not the first time that he's seen a sailboat wash ashore after a storm.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's a nice looking boat.
I like it.
You're gonna have trouble getting that out of there, though.
Yeah, it hurts my heart to see all these sailboats like that. As you know, Terry and I love sailing Mobile Bay, so my husband, Terry. We've seen a lot of images. We saw a lot of flooding in downtown Pensacola.
Yeah, about maybe 48 hours ago, it was really not good. A lot of the major streets in downtown Pensacola had flooded, and some of the stores there and offices and restaurants had some damage. For the latest on the situation in downtown Pensacola, let's check in with our Daniel Smithson.
We're here on Palafox Pier near downtown Pensacola, which has sustained significant damage from Hurricane Sally. As you can see behind me, this entire section of railing here on the pier has been knocked over by those high winds from the hurricane. And if you take a look at this section of railing, it is being held on by a single bolt at this time. Now, more significant than the railing here on the Palafox Pier is the missing dock that was been holding these boats here behind me. Take a look at this video. There's easily been millions of dollars worth of damage here at Palafox Pier. Look at the damage these boats have taken, some with holes in them, others underwater. On the other side of the pier, these cruise boats stacked up and sideways. We talked to some businesses and residents downtown near the pier, and here's what they had to say about the damage.
The pier, the boats, is what brought a lot of people down here to our restaurant. So I was talking to those guys, and they said it'd be about a year, but they are rebuilding. And no, it's definitely a sad situation to look at.
We weren't ready for it. No one was really ready for it because we thought it was going between Biloxi and Mississippi over there. Pensacola is a beautiful place, but every now and then we get hit with a disaster, and when we get hit with a disaster, then it tears us up, so we have to start building over again.
Now you can see the sections of railing that have not been blown over by Hurricane Sally. There's still damage. There's damage all across Northwest Florida. We'll bring you the latest information on that as the day continues. But for now, reporting from Palafox Pier, I'm Daniel Smithson for WKRG News 5.
All right, thanks a lot. Daniel Smithson in downtown Pensacola.
Joining us now is Tori B. Everyone knows the Gulf Coast CW's Tori B., a beautiful young woman with the brightest smile you ever want to see. And Tori, you know, the other day, as you know, I spent a few nights at the station during the storm coverage, and in your sweet, normal self, you said, "Hey, how are you? Did you get any damage?" I had no idea that you had been in the middle of the storm here in Gulf Shores, and you guys had damage.
We unfortunately, you know, we didn't evacuate, and yes, we are in Gulf Shores. My partner Dylan and I, we live here. A lot of people don't know that. They know that I'm the Gulf Coast CW's Tori B, but I actually live here on the Gulf Coast, and we didn't have any damage to any personal property, thank God, but I did have some family that is still experiencing traumatic situations. They're over on Jubilee Point and dealing with the fires.
And they're trapped over there, right?
The last I heard, they were not able to get off the island, that it was even hard for firefighters to get over there to the fire and whatnot. I also have a mom who had a boat.
It sank.
It sank. It's no longer there, so luckily, personally, I didn't experience anything, but yes.
I want to hear more about what you personally experienced as you rode out that storm. You told me it just scared you to death.
It did.
Walk us through that.
Well, of course, a lot of us don't know, you know, I mean, we all want to evacuate, but sometimes when these storms hit so fast, it's hard to get out of town. It's hard to make arrangements and whatnot. So staying, of course, our fear kind of added to the conditions leading up to when Sally hit. Afterwards, when the power went out, we just hunkered down in the hallway and, you know, made the best out of it. We didn't want to look outside because we were afraid of what we'd see.
And at night, that adds that extra element of anxiety
to
these hurricane situations for sure.
Oh, yeah. And I actually texted one of our sales managers, Trish, during the eye of the storm saying it's creepy how peaceful it is. It felt like Armageddon was just happening, and now peaceful silence.
Was that in the eye of the storm?
That was in the eye of the storm, yeah. Oh, my goodness. And then it kicked back up, and later that morning, we saw the damage.
And the winds, could you hear the winds howling? We're hearing lots of reports of that.
Yes, it was, I mean, I would have associated that sound with a tornado, but of course we know it was a hurricane. But that sound of howling, that not quite freight train sound, but you know, that roar that was outside was just, I mean, like I said, I compared it to Armageddon.
Okay, will you ride a storm out again? Will you stay the next time?
No, I mean, I've definitely learned from this experience. I know earlier on in the hurricane season, I was with Ed giving everybody tips on when to evacuate. Now, I did use some of those tips. I had all of my license and battery packs that we were saving in plastic bags, along with several other things. However, I don't think that I will take any hurricane or storm this lightly ever again.
When you were able to go outside once it passed and you saw the damage left behind, what did you think? What was that like?
I just kept saying, oh my goodness, and I mean, a lot of places were unrecognizable. I have my partner Dylan, his grandmother and grandfather, they have a house that was 19 inches underwater, and that was worse than Ivan. So I just kept saying, oh my goodness, over and over again. I know that sounds repetitive and whatnot, but usually I'm a woman of many words, but whenever I was looking at the damage, I was dumbfounded.
All right. Well, Tori, I'm glad you're okay and
Me
that your
too.
family's okay.
I'm glad the Gulf Coast is okay. I just wanted to say that too. I really, my whole I wanted to give condolences, and my whole thing about being here is just to tell the Gulf Coast community that we're all in this together, and that I'm so glad it wasn't worse.
You know, it is amazing, and it's so sad that so far we have lost 2 people to the storm. We had one person die, a man in Orange Beach, I believe, and then another death in Foley after the storm, I believe, in cleanup. But it is amazing to me with the magnitude of the destruction that we have not had more injuries.
Right.
So,
and as many people that stayed, you know, it's a great thing that we didn't have any more injuries or losses.
Absolutely. Okay. And as we know now, the real work is just first of getting the power on and getting the cleanup underway. And at areas like Orange Beach and Gulf Shores, the pressure is on because we want to get it prepared for all of our visitors and tourists to come down for the beautiful month of October. And that's kind of what the focus is right here on Pleasure Island.
And on Pleasure Island here, our Brianna Hollis has been watching a lot of folks clean up and try to start that recovery process. She joins us now live. Bree, share with us what you've been seeing in the last 24 hours.
So right now, some good news for Gulf Shores. The flooding has really receded, but this is the time that we're really starting to see the destruction that Sally left behind. And one of the most surreal things for me personally to see is stuff like this. Street signs on the ground, stop signs on the ground, things you're not used to coming face to face with, used to touching, things that are strong and sturdy just collapsed on the ground in the wake of Hurricane Sally. Now, we're on First, right across from the Gulf, and you're seeing scenes like that everywhere. There's debris just everywhere. I want to walk over to this other pile over here. It's just part of a home, just in a pile in the middle of a field, and we've got an AC system. It looks like over here, again, things that you don't see when you're just walking around, and again, it's just absolutely surreal, you know, pieces just everywhere, and this field is covered, and it's probably going to be a while, guys, until any of this really gets cleaned up, because like you guys have been saying, a really big focus is going to be getting the power on and helping people. Now, going back to people, the amount of people that I've spoken with over the past couple days and hearing their stories, hearing what they're going through and how they're cleaning up and what they're having to do to clean up has just been, you know, incredible. Not only are people dealing with flooding, the same people who are dealing with flooding have their homes flooded. They also have trees down in their yards, power lines down, blocking people from getting in to help them and blocking them from getting out. But I've got to tell you, talk about resounding resilience when it comes to the people here. We just spoke with a family earlier today who's taking shelter in Orange Beach. Their home is destroyed, but even though they're there sheltering themselves, they're actually some of the ones volunteering and helping other people. They said that they've actually talked to other people who have said, you know, I don't have my home right now, it's destroyed, but I have a bigger car that maybe I can sleep in, so I'm going to let someone else, you know, go to the shelter. And I'm sorry, but I'm getting a little bit choked up because just hearing all of these people who have gone through so much, just so easily willing to sleep in a car and let somebody else have that spot. The hangout back over here was open all day, serving hot food, open as a bathroom, just open for somewhere for people to just gather and maybe have a sense of normalcy a little bit today. And you know, you guys all know this, but I've only been on the Gulf Coast for about 2 years, but after seeing what I saw today, I am very, very proud to say that I live in Baldwin County, guys.
So we had to like stop where we were.
Most definitely brings out the best in all of us. Thanks so much, Brianna Hollis, reporting in Gulf Shores. We are in Orange Beach here on Cotton Bayou. A lot of damage there. Terry Cove, really all the Back Bay area suffered a lot of damage, a lot of flooding, a lot of boat damage. And the cleanup, though, is really been going quickly. We saw the garbage crews in Orange Beach. We're out picking up the garbage earlier this afternoon. Everybody's out in their yard helping each other out with the big items and getting everything cleared up best they can.
And an agency you can always count on when it comes to destruction, any kind of tragedy, devastation, and that is the American Red Cross. Earlier today, we spoke with Mike Brown, the executive director of the Red Cross for South Alabama. Joining us now is Chris Anderson with the Red Cross, the North Alabama chapter, and you actually made your way down here in, Sunday, ahead of the storm.
Yeah.
Okay, and tell me, I mean, it's a big enough deal where they said, we need you to come on down. Tell me what you've been able to do so far.
So I came down Sunday. We call it leaning in, where we really don't know when there's a storm in the Gulf exactly where it's going to hit. And I think all of us were a little shocked and surprised when it did end up coming here. We really thought it was going to be over on the Mississippi side. But we all come down, we bring our supplies, our food, our people, and we come, you know, everywhere along the Gulf Coast, so that wherever it hits, we're able to respond.
Now, you and I had just chatted a few minutes ago that you're moving in as much as you can with the roads and everything, and you've made it as far as Foley, I believe, yesterday, and you've been serving meals.
Yes, we call it a seek and serve. That's where our IRVs go out. They go out into the community. They actually look for neighborhoods, and they look for groups of people that are cleaning, that are in desperate need of food right now. So that's how we've been doing it. We've actually been able to set up a location at First United Methodist Church in Gulf Shores. So we're going to be feeding dinner, and I don't have the specific times. You know, we're dealing like everybody is now with restaurants that can open early and limited abilities, but we're getting down there and we're getting food out just as fast as we can to people.
And you've also had some curfew issues you've had to deal with. The Red Cross under curfew.
Yes, I was told today before I left that I can't miss curfew, so I haven't heard that in a lot of years, but you know, we are dealing, and we've been able to manage through that.
Well, as you know, I know folks in North Alabama are wonderful, and down here on the coast, we love to help one another best we can, and the Red Cross is a big part of that. If you could just kind of reiterate what it is we can do to best help our Red Cross help our neighbors.
Exactly. The best thing you can do is to go to redcross.org and make a financial donation. You know, there's so many needs right now, but I think if you talk to anyone that's gone through this, they would tell you that that would be their biggest need right now. You know, and you talk about North Alabama. I have friends at home who have homes down here, and I think everyone from North Alabama, everyone across Alabama, this is also our home. So we feel like, you know, we're not coming down here to help strangers. We're coming down here. This is where we spend our time, and you guys are so special to the Red Cross and to everyone across Alabama. So we are really down here to do just as much as we can for you.
All right. Well, we thank you so much. We're all family in it together.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Thanks very much. I'll tell you who's going to be busy here in the next few weeks or months. People who are in the sign business.
Ooh, we saw some twisted metal on the way down here, didn't we?
We saw hundreds and hundreds of damaged signs just from Mobile down to Orange Beach. Randy Patrick is standing by now with someone who is in the sign business and will be very busy, Randy, here coming up.
Well, Pete, we want to talk about some of the businesses that have been affected here in central South Baldwin County, over northwest Florida, and in Mobile. Rick Armstrong, one of the local business owners with us now, he owns Modern Signs, and you guys actually put together a lot of the signs that you see along 59 coming down to the beach. You've been in business for a long, long time. What's your assessment of businesses around the area in the last 2 days that you've seen?
A lot of signs down, a lot of businesses hurt. I would say this is probably worse than Ivan. And we went through Ivan here, growing up in Mobile, went through Camille, Frederick, and this is maybe the worst.
In what sense do you mean it may be as bad as Ivan or worse?
The water damage is horrific. I just drove down Marina Road for the first time, seeing all the furniture, the sheetrock, everything piled up on the side of the road is bad. The winds were really bad too. We stayed at our house. Unexpectedly, we rode out the storm in our home.
On Ono Island.
On Ono Island. It was one of those gold fortified homes, so fortunately we were in that because it was really bad.
You were telling me earlier that it's not all about the beach, that there is a lot of damage here north of us, in Robertsdale, Foley, and all points in between, huh?
Yeah, we have crews out doing assessment right now, and matter of fact, they're in Spanish Fort, and that big sign there, Eastern Shore Center, is about to fall down, so we're trying to get that taken care of immediately before somebody gets hurt.
In your business, it's evolved into electronics a lot with these signs that we see. Typically, though, the signs are the first things to go, or awnings. You're in the awning business as well. Do you guys do a little bit anything different nowadays than you did 10 or 15 years ago?
Oh, yes. The reason a lot of the signs are still standing is because of the code requirements. Most places, the structure is designed for anywhere from 140 to 160 miles per hour. That's why a lot of the signs are still standing. Now, parts of it may blow off and faces may blow out, but the structures, for the most part, are still there. But you never know. You might have a twist or a tornado pop off, and all those are, you know, doesn't matter. It'll still fall down anyway.
We have known each other for about 25 years and have seen tremendous growth down here in this area with a lot of businesses, and businesses obviously need signs, and they come in all shapes and sizes. But it's a necessity to drive people to your business, right?
It is, and that's why digital signs have become so popular. They've really taken off because people know they can put a message out there instantaneously and get results from it. And we've done digital signs as far south as Central Florida, and far north as Tennessee, so they're all over the place.
Well, your business is one of those businesses that fortunately and unfortunately is going to benefit from this because of we're still in a pandemic, which slowed your business down, but I would assume that you're going to be taking orders for signs now for months or maybe years to come, huh?
It'll probably help us out for a month or two. This year was bad with COVID. Like my business, like a lot of other businesses, I mean, we're all in really bad shape. I had the worst 6 months of my career. So now maybe we get a little business here at the end. It was really bad, but you know, some of the people I feel so sorry for because they didn't make it through COVID. Fortunately, we hung on and barely scraped through, but we'll have a little business here at the end.
All right, it's been a double whammy for the folks down here in business here in coastal Alabama, northwest Florida. Thank you so much, Rick Armstrong, from Modern Sign. Let's go back to Pete and Roseanne.
All right, thanks a lot, Randy. And of course, the big question for still tens of thousands of people: when is my power coming back on?
Absolutely. I got news yesterday that our power came on, and I did the happy dance in the newsroom, and Debbie did the happy dance here in the parking lot of Cotton Bayou Access. And whew, we want everyone on the Gulf Coast to do that happy dance. For more on when your power will be restored, we're going to go back to the studio for some answers.
All right, thank you very much, Pete and Roseanne. No doubt power outages continue to be a problem across the area.
Yeah, definitely, and we want to go through some of those power outages. Alabama Power right now, 48,000 at last check without power. Power should be back on by Sunday. Baldwin EMC is reporting 68,000. Almost all of their customers, and they say restoring power could take weeks. Riviera Utilities, at last check, 33,000 customers without power.
Let's move on to Gulf Power. They're making some progress. They have 92,000 customers out, but they have over 50% of their customers back online, and they hope to have all their customers back online by Tuesday. So that's great for the folks in Northwest Florida. Escambia River Electric Cooperative has about 5,000 people without power. 3/4 of their customers do have power.
And there are thousands of employees and crews from power companies across the Southeast right now here in our area on the coast, working as quickly and as safely as possible to restore electricity. Downed trees on power lines have been a problem. Also, we've heard a lot of traffic on the roads. That's keeping them from getting to where they need to be as fast as they need to be there. So they're asking everybody to stay off the roads. But yeah, broken power poles still out also, and that's making the process a little slower.
Right, absolutely. All right, we are going to return now to WKRG anchors Peter Albrecht and Roseanne Haven as they continue our special Sally, the Road to Recovery.
This is a WKRG News 5 special, Sally, the Road to Recovery.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Ed Bloodsworth, and this is our new reality: widespread damage across the Gulf Coast. Hurricane Sally, slow and destructive. The entire Gulf Coast battered for hours on end. At first, darkness hid the damage. Then came sunrise.
In 26 years that I've been here, I have not seen such devastation.
It's a lot more water than I think I expected.
From Mobile
A tree just fell on my parents' house.
to Northwest Florida, homes destroyed, lives turned upside down.
We started hearing all of our windows start to pop. Part of the roof started coming off.
Ooh, needless to say, we didn't sleep very well.
I think we'll leave next time. That was less fun than I anticipated.
An already crazy year getting dramatically worse overnight.
Oh my God, this is the outside of our window. It is a 10 or 12 foot alligator.
Yet despite the destruction, despite the heartache, immediate optimism.
I'm loving people.
You're loving people? How are you loving people?
I'm giving flowers to them.
We will survive.
We just want everybody to know that you will get through it.
We will recover.
Our communities are very strong around here, and we look out for each other, and we're going to rebound from this.